Looking forward to talking about this 𝗁𝗏𝗯𝗃𝗃 horse. It's absurd. It's a horse that, like its stablemate and the favourite 𝗃𝗏𝗯𝗃𝗃, has had to go over the hurdles. He's also by Fastnet Rock, if you can believe. And we're going to see him hopefully be in the finish in a 3,200 metre Melbourne Cup. A pretty crazy horse.
It is crazy, but I think you should go to Tom here. I don't know if he's told you, he was at York, so he saw Absurde.
Did you hear that? Yeah. You were meant to be there.
I was meant to be there.
𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 winner. They've got a decent record. Prince of Iran ran 8th, obviously, in an 𝗃𝗏𝗃 and came out and ran 2nd of 𝗃𝗏𝗃 in 2019. So it's usually a pretty decent form reference hawk, the 𝗃𝗏𝗃. Smashed by Vauban a couple starts ago at Ascot, but I actually liked what this horse did in the last 50 metres, taking ground off Vauban. I know Vauban was 45 lengths in front, and probably soft on the line, but I thought he was pretty good. As I keep mentioning, I don't think the locals are much good this year. They've all got form intertwining. They're all coming off Newcastle Cups, Geelong Cups, Moonee Valley Cups. It's not A-grade form references to a Melbourne Cup. I give this horse a really strong chance. I think he's top 4, top 3 pick. You're disagreeing by the look on your face, Shane, but
no, I'm not. Disappointed that you like it because I really like it.
If Vauban doesn't show up and doesn't perform at his best, which we've seen last year with 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, probably not running to expectations, still ran well, he'll be right there. Draws perfectly. One of the top 3 or 4 jockeys in the world in 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 and ticks a lot of boxes. So I've got him right in the mix, Shane.
Yeah, look, I went back and watched that run at York that you were at that meeting that day.
Yep. Travelled wide.
Sat 3 and 4 deep.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, I'm not a track pattern guy in the UK, but they seem to all want to get to the outside fence that day anyway.
Yeah, they've been racing at York for a few days, so definitely.
They certainly wanted to get to the outside fence. I should have went actually and walked the track myself. We spoke about 𝗲𝗏𝗯𝗃𝗃's script rider over there. He was back and wide, but with cover. Got close enough to challenge, but then, Absurde was stronger through the line, I thought, anyway.
Yep.
Interesting race, that tactical race, that one that you spoke about with Vauban leading. He got a wind up from about the 900 in that race, the leader.
Yep.
He got a reminder with the stick about the 800 to really ramp it up, and Absurde was just poking along, buried back along the fence.
Could have finished closer.
I don't think there's that big a gap between them. Like, there's not 5 lengths between them, I don't think. And obviously the favourite has that 400 metre dash up at Flemington, which had the, which had the pundits saying it ate the stablemate on the day in the track gallop.
They've been
completely different horses,
exactly,
right?
And they're completely different horses, and they're doing different.
He's a 4,000 metre hurdle winner. He'll stay all day.
So I'm only I'm not an international form expert by any stretch. That's what Hawk's here for. The market is there's too big a gap between the favourite and Absurde, and that's 100%. Why Absurde is just a bet on
100%.
win, place, top 5, top 10, top 20.
I agree.
A versus Bs.
And you know what? You're getting different odds now. At the start of the show, Vauban has actually drifted. I'm looking at the market now at $4.20. You could get $3.70.
Wow. So $3.75 when I walked in here.
Yeah. So that's a pretty significant drift in a market that is currently 104%, 3%. Absurde, you could get $32 last night into $16.50.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of action happening on the exchange.
I mean, that's definitely that's the right price, or he's getting closer to his right price. I mean, you look at those runs. I mean, I was hoping that there'd be more people that wouldn't go back and watch those runs and would just rely on margins and just say, oh, look, there's clearly 7 lengths between them. It was a great run at Ascot. He was, as you say, as Shane said, Vauban was being really revved up early. For him to get as close as he did was remarkable under the circumstances. And that was also his first run on the flat for 𝗁𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 as well. So Vauban had a real long national hunt season, was coming in fit, race fit. And then the 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, drawn wide as wall, track deep. But then I think what was most impressive was that Frankie really had to commit from about the 4.5 furlongs, the 900 metres, and just really, he's had to basically see out a 900 metre dash. And that's not easy to do for any horse. So I've seen him show that speed at Ascot, that stamina that you'd love to see at York. I just think that the way he's shaping up you have to have something on.
Perfect jockey for him as well. Because
Absolutely.
if he needs revving up, he needs to go from the 800, needs a strong rider, Purton's your man.
Absolutely. And I think the way this, the only time Zach really got caught out in a Melbourne Cup was when he was riding Fame Game. There was just no pressure on, and he had too much work to do. I doubt he's going to be in a similar situation here. I think the pressure should be on, and he'll make sure that he's there.
If you like Vauban, you have to like Absurde. Just quickly, it's giving me a little bit of that media puzzle, Vinnie Rowe vibe, where Vinnie Rowe obviously started as the favourite in that Melbourne Cup, but stablemate media puzzle went on to win it. We obviously know that story. It's giving me a little bit of that vibe, but
chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.